Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Pubo Rama, and in today's video, we are going to be talking all about the hangar and special cargo. One of the most common questions I have constantly on my channel is, Poob, what's better to grind, the hangar or special cargo? And there's always people that share me their opinions as well of what they like better. So in today's video, I'll be sharing my opinions on what I consider to be better by hourly income and the overall fun of these two properties. Now starting off with the obvious, the hangar, unlike special cargo, is able to hold personal aircraft. Special cargo can't really do much in terms of vehicles. In fact, you can't store any vehicles inside of your special cargo warehouses, but obviously with the hangar you can. Another thing that a lot of people don't know about the special cargo warehouse is that you can actually upgrade and purchase Mark II weapon ammo inside of the little customization shop over there, which is really nice. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, whenever I'm doing these hangar missions and I run out of fire bullets or whatever, I'll purchase them over there so I can get more incendiary rounds. So that's two big advantages right here that you won't find with special cargo. Obviously, a huge one is the ability to store planes, but another one is the ability to upgrade your Mark II weapons and ammo. Now, something that needs to be said right now is to make the hangar as profitable as possible, you have to own this property right here, Higgins Helicopter Tours. Not only do you need to own Higgins Helicopter Tours, but you also have to own Hands on the Water. The reason why is because these two properties directly buff the hangar. You need to own Hands on the Car Wash because you can't purchase Higgins Helicopter Tours without it. And Higgins Helicopter Tours gives you a 10% bonus to all crates inside your warehouse. So that means instead of making $3.5 million on a sale mission, you can make like 3.7, 3.8 million. It is actually a huge bonus, and it's something that you'll want to take advantage of if you're going to actively grind out the hangar. Now, if we make our way over to Rooster, this is the passive income route. Rooster is a $25,000 fee. And if we were to pay Rooster $25,000, he will go out and source me a random crate or two. There's a 25% chance that Rooster is going to source you 2 crates, and a 75% chance that he's going to source you 1 crate. Each crate is going to be worth $33,000 if you own Higgins Helicopter Tours. So that means you're making an $8,000 overhead if you only get 1 crate. And if you get lucky and get 2 crates, that's like a $46,000 overhead. So you actually do make a decent amount of money with Rooster if you get a little bit lucky, and because of that, especially if you sell in a public lobby, you can quite easily be making around $40,000 to $50,000 an hour just with Rooster alone. But now we've really arrived to the big bucks, and that is the sourcing. We can see right now I have 45 crates in my hangar, which is worth $2 million. If I were to have 50 crates right now, that 35% bonus would go to a 70% bonus, and it would be worth upwards of $3.75 million. Yes, you heard that correct. It's an insane amount of money that it's actually worth, and it's something that I love about the hangar is how much money it makes. Now, if we are to source a material, we have 2 different options, air and land. You always want to choose land. The air missions take longer, and they require a lot more effort. Now, the thing is, if you ever get a mission that says go to Paleto Bay, Alamo Sea, or I always forget the other one, but there's 3 different locations. There's Paleto Bay, the Alamo Sea is this one over here, and then the final one is all the way at the bottom corner of the map over here. If you get any one of those locations, simply press Find New Session, invite only, and have your spawn location set to the hangar. The reason you want to do this is because those missions require you going onto a barge, killing a bunch of people, taking a underwater visa, grabbing a crate, and then bringing it over to a vehicle, destroying the vehicle, then grabbing the crate out of the vehicle you destroyed, and flying it back over to the hangar. That's a lot of things. And you can imagine how that's a complete waste of time. So instead of spending 5 to 6 minutes on that mission, if I just do another land source, it'll usually give me a better one, which will save me a lot more time. La Mesa, as we can see, is not a bad one. All we have to do is go to the city, so that's what we're going to do right now. I would definitely recommend to have an Oppressor Mark II for grinding because, as you can see, your Oppressor Mark II spawns right outside of your personal hangar. If you don't have an Oppressor Mark II, no worries, because you can obviously also call out your Sparrow. Go to Service Vehicles, Kosaka, and request your Sparrow. I've actually proved on the channel that using the Sparrow is just as fast as grinding with the F-160 Raiju. There have been so many people that have come into my comment section during live streams and asked me, Poob, why are you grinding with the Sparrow? Why are you grinding with the Oppressor? Why are you not using the F-160 Raiju? But I actually showcase to many different people on the channel at many different times that sure, the Raiju has a higher top speed, but the amount of time it takes to get it out of your hangar and then get into the Raiju and then get it off into the air and then land it and then get back into it, start it up, get back over to the hangar is so much more effort and so much more time consuming than just hopping onto your Oppressor or Sparrow and flying there, that it's actually slower. So you can test this yourself, set a stopwatch, see how long it takes you to use your Raiju, get it out of the hangar, hop into the Raiju and start flying there, versus just starting the mission immediately and hopping into your Sparrow or Oppressor. But I can tell you, from my testing, which I've shown on the channel many times, using the F-160 Raiju is not the fastest way to grind the hangar, and actually just using the Oppressor Mark II or the Sparrow is actually going to save you time. I mean, we can see it's only taken me like a minute and 20 seconds to get my Oppressor already over to La Mesa, and because the Oppressor is so maneuverable and easy to use, it's incredibly simple. So once we make our way over to the location, we're just going to grab the crate and then we're going to fly back. Grabbing crates is so easy with this business, and you're going to see that in just a second, right? So we're going to fly over to the location. Now what we need to do is destroy a generator, which we can see right in front of us. I missed the generator. There you go. Generator has been destroyed. And what that's going to do is it's going to open the warehouse right in front of me. I'm going to get my presser stuck on the door. But there's the crate. We're just going to fly in here. We're going to hop over the crate. There you go. Then we're going to get back on our presser, and we're going to leave. That is the entire crate mission. And now we head back over to our hangar. You can see just how incredibly easy these missions are. Most of them are literally that simple. You kill a couple people, you grab the crate, and you fly back over to the hangar. What's nice about the hangar business is that as a solo player, you are only grabbing one crate at a time, whereas special cargo, you're grabbing multiple crates at a time to make it as efficient as possible. So the hangar definitely has that advantage. You don't need to rush it, and if you do have more people, you can get more crates, but even if you're grinding solo, it's still pretty easy. When it comes to how much money you can earn with the hangar, it is directly tied to how many of one specific crate you have. For example, instead of me sourcing all narcotics, if I had sourced, narcotics, chemicals, and medical supplies separately, I would not be earning as much money. You get a 70% boost when you have 50 of one type of material. You get a 35% boost when you have 25 of one material. So what that means is if you had like 5 different materials that you were sourcing at once, for example, using Rooster, you would have 0 bonus when you fill up your entire hangar. So because of that, I always recommend to fill your hangar with one type of material. The downside of doing that, or at least the downside many people think, is that there's a cooldown, right? I just sourced this crate, and we can see there's now a 3-minute and 30-second cooldown. But here's the deal. If I go to the pause menu, I go to online, and I quit to main menu, doing this will remove the cooldown. So now all I have to do is wait for my game to quit to the main menu, and then I'm going to load back into an online lobby. Now, if you don't have story mode available, then you just load right into an online lobby instead of going to story mode first. But it's usually faster to load into story mode and then an invite-only lobby for me than it is to go from the main menu to a online lobby, because as we know, public lobbies do take a little bit more time. But we go here, we go to online, and we go to invite only. Doing this should not take you more than around 30 to 40 seconds of your time. Because I already have my spawn location set to the hangar, the game is simply going to load me right back to my hangar, as you guys are going to see. And when we make our way onto the computer, you're going to notice that that 3-minute and 30-second cooldown is completely removed. This strategy revolutionized hangar grinding, because instead of sourcing the back-to-back method with 2 separate crates or grinding any other method, this fully allows you to grab one type of crate over and over and over with essentially no cooldown. This is huge, as you can imagine, because now we can just keep sourcing. As you'll notice, narcotics have no cooldown. You can test this for yourself if you think I'm lying. It's the easiest strategy, completely removing the cooldown, and it's how I've been able to fill my warehouse with one type of material so incredibly fast. So the final thing that brings us to is the math, right? How much money can you earn with the hangar? Well, for me on average, with the cooldown removal, it's 5 minutes per source. So if we say it takes me 5 minutes per source, we have to do 50 multiplied by 5 minutes, which is 250 minutes to fill the hangar in total. So if we divide that by 60 minutes, that is 4.16 hours in total to fill the hangar. So what we do is we take the $3.75 million, just like that. We divide that by the 4.16 hours, which means that you can be earning $900,000 grinding the hangar without any boosts, just grinding it solo, just like that. But it gets better, because if we take that $900,000 and we multiply it with the 50% bonus that you can make when it comes to the high demand bonus, then we can actually get, so you multiply this by 1.5, $1,352,000 of passive income. Or not passive income, active income grinding every hour. Yes, you heard that right. So yeah, the hangar earns an insane amount of money. $1.3 million of income an hour is crazy, but it shows you how much you can earn. A lot of people don't realize just how much the Higgins helicopter tours boosted the hangar, paired with the fact that you can sell in public lobbies. Here's the best thing about the hangar. If you sell all of your cargo to a land sale mission, it's always guaranteed a single vehicle. I'm not going to do it right now because my hangar's not filled, and I'm waiting for Rockstar to give us a bonus to the hangar, but it's always a single vehicle sale mission if you sell to land. And because of that, it's super easy to sell the hangar in public lobbies. I always recommend that you sell the hangar public, you try it out, because the amount of extra money you make is 100% worth it. $1.3 million an hour is insane income, and it's why I always choose the hangar when it comes to my active grinding when the Cayo Perico heist is on cooldown. It's just so good, especially because the hangar can never be raided, and you don't have to pay to source the cargo, meaning that there's no downside even if your cargo did get blown up for some reason. Now that brings us to Special Cargo. Now, Special Cargo has advantages and disadvantages that we're going to get straight into talking about. The advantage of Special Cargo is passive income. I can tell you right now that when it comes to the passive side of things, I love Special Cargo. Being able to simply walk into your business, go over to Lupe, and pay $7,500, go outside the business, hop on your Presser, your Sparrow, or whatever personal vehicle you have, and then just go to the next warehouse is really easy to do. And if you do this once every 48 minutes, you can actually earn upwards of $144,000 of passive income every 48 minutes. That's pretty good passive income. In fact, it makes it the highest earning passive income in the game. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you own warehouses, especially large warehouses, to just pay your assistants money, because they'll go and source you crates. I mean, we can see here, I've already sourced 2, and it's only taken me like, what, a minute to do this? Usually only takes me about 3 minutes to get all of my sources done. I usually recommend to own the warehouses in a strip. The first warehouse that I always recommend to buy is the garment factory one. And the reason is because you can't actually set your spawn location to warehouses. It's kind of annoying. So I usually set my spawn location to the garment factory, grab my presser out of the garment factory terabyte, and then fly it to the first warehouse, second warehouse, third warehouse, fourth warehouse, and then the fifth one that I usually recommend to buy is the one that's right over here, but I own one that's a little bit further away just because I was too lazy to remove the crates from it and buy the better location. But yes, passive income-wise, you can earn around $140,000 every 48 minutes using Lupe's assistance. This is definitely better than the income you'll be making passive with the hangar. The hangar is much better for grinding active. The biggest problem with Special Cargo is the amount of money it costs to buy the warehouses. We've swapped over to my Broke Dealings account where I own 3 large warehouses, but I still need to buy 2 more. And if we go over to the large category, we can see that this warehouse down here is a whopping $3.2 million. And this warehouse is $3 million. To buy all 5 of these large warehouses, which I recommend to get to be peak efficiency, is going to set you back around, I think it's $12 or $14 million. It's an insane amount of money, where obviously getting your hands on one hangar is much cheaper. I think purchasing the hangar is only like $2.5 million. If we go to Maze Bank foreclosures and we click on specifically the hangar tab at the top, we can see all the hangars available up here. And let's say you want to buy like, I don't know, one of the better locations, which allows your vehicle to spawn outside of it, it's $3.2 million. You don't need any of the upgrades. I guess if you want to upgrade your personal aircraft, you can get the workshop, but even then, it's still a third of the price that it's going to be to get your hands on the Special Cargo warehouses, and that is a huge downside with Special Cargo in general. When it comes to sourcing, it's always recommended to do it from your terabyte if you have one, because it's a little bit more efficient to hop out of the terabyte immediately with the Presser Mark II. When you go over to the Special Cargo tab, you'll notice that there are 3 different options, right? We can source 1 crate, 2 crates or 3 crates. Now you might think to yourself, well, isn't it most efficient to do 1 crate because it's $2,000 versus $18,000 for 3 crates? It's literally 3 times the price for 3 crates. Well, the thing is that 3 crates is much more efficient. You have to wait for a cooldown to source 1 crate, and not only that, it just takes so much longer to source 1 crate at a time versus 3 crates at a time. So because of that, always source 3 crates. Yes, it's the most expensive, but you can ask any money grinder, sourcing 3 crates will always earn you the most money in return. Now, when it comes to the actual sources, there's 2 different types of missions that you can have. The first mission is super easy. It's a grab a single vehicle and drive it back to your warehouse. If you get this mission, life is but a dream. However, there's one other type of mission which every grinder hates, and that is the 3 crate mission. This involves you grabbing 3 individual crates and bringing them back to your warehouse. However, there is a glitch that allows you to shave a lot of time off, which I'm going to showcase right now. What I'm about to show you still works at the time of recording. I don't think Rockstar's ever going to patch it. And it allows you to basically save 50% of the time when it comes to the multiple crate sources. So we can see I've grabbed 1 crate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand next to the second crate, and I'm going to pull out my phone, and I'm going to accept a job from Simeon or any one of the online jobs that appears. If you don't have a job, literally request a job from Simeon or Martin Madrazo. It's super easy to do. So you can see right now I'm accepting a job on my character's phone, and what that's going to do is it's going to start up the job. Now what I'm going to do is quit the job. Doing this, you're going to see that 2 crates are going to be next to each other, just like that, placed upward. And it's going to drop the crates. Then what you're going to do is you're going to ignore those 2 crates and grab the third one, which is in a separate location. You're going to ignore those crates once again, and you're going to hop inside of your aircraft, whether it is a Sparrow, an Oppressor, whatever it is, you're going to hop into your aircraft. After doing this, you're going to fly back to your warehouse. When you fly to your warehouse, as you're entering the yellow circle, you're going to accept the job from Simeon, like you can see I've done right here. So as you can see, I accept the job at the same time I enter the yellow circle. Doing this, you can see that the crate has dropped right here. This glitch, if done properly, will basically allow you to teleport and save time when it comes to the crate sourcing. So we can see it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be really, really weird. But what's going to happen is we're going to hop back onto our Oppressor, and we're going to fly all the way back over to the 2 crates that we have landed over here. So you're going to see that, right? I'm going to fly back over to the 2 crates. We're going to fly into these 2 crates. Here we go. And I'm just going to boost into the 2 crates. And now what's going to happen is if we just wait a little bit, the game is actually going to fast travel me over to the warehouse. And both of the crates are going to be delivered. It's really weird how this glitch works. So now you can see, if I pause the game really quick and I scroll down, you can see that both crates are delivered on that bottom corner there. So now we're going to hop back out of the warehouse, and that third and final crate is going to be right where we dropped it, which is exactly outside of the warehouse. It's weird. I don't know why the game fast travels you back. I'm not sure what exactly causes this glitch to work, but it works. And it's efficient. It's super efficient, because instead of having to go back and grab each of those crates individually and fly back, you can see all I had to do was 1 back and forth. That's really it. So this is definitely the fastest way to grind with the warehouse if you have a 3 crate method. It does require some fine tuning to do perfectly, and as I said, I'm going to link my video in the description, so if you want to watch this for yourself and see the exact way to do it, you can follow the video. But it works well, it's super efficient, and allows you to grind crates at max efficiency. So I'm not going to lie, guys, special cargo, at least in my opinion, is not that great when it comes to hourly income. And I'm going to showcase right now. We got the calculator in front of you, and what we're going to do is simple math, right? You need 111 crates in total to fill a large warehouse. So what we do is we do 111 divided by 3, because you can source 3 crates at a time. So in total, it's going to take 37 sources to fill a large warehouse. So now what we need to do is figure out how much time it takes per source. Now, if you own multiple warehouses, you don't have to wait for a cooldown. You just go first warehouse, second warehouse, third warehouse. Doing that means that there's no cooldown, really. So we're going to say it takes 4 to 5 minutes on average. We'll just do 5 minutes on average a warehouse source, because I think that's pretty realistic. So if we do 37 multiplied by 5 minutes, and then we divide it by 60, it's going to take you 3 hours to fill one large warehouse. 3 hours, 1 large warehouse. Now what we need to do is figure out how much income a large warehouse is worth. And that's very easy. A large warehouse fills to $2.2 million worth of product. But there's a catch. 2.2 million is then subtracted by 666,000 because you're paying $18,000 per source. So what that actually means is you're making $1.6 million. So what you need to do is you need to do 1.6, so 1,600,000, and you divide that by 3 hours of grinding. Which means that with special cargo, you're earning around $533,000 at most efficiency. What that means is even if we're selling in a public lobby and we do multiplied by 1.5, you're earning $800,000. Even at double money, you're earning 1.6 million, which is only 300,000 more than the hangar with just normal grinding doing the exact same strategy. Even if you were the best crate grinder in GTA history, only taking 2.5 minutes per 3 crate source, you still be making less income than you would grinding the hangar. So with all that being said, very simply put, the hangar is flat better than special cargo. If you are going to purchase special cargo warehouses, I only recommend to do it to get the passive income. Passive income wise, it's not terrible. You pay each one of the assistants and they're going to go out and source you crates. And that's solid. That's a solid way to earn money. But if you're actively grinding special cargo, I just don't know why. I really don't. There's so many people that come into my comment sections on live streams when I say special cargo sucks. And they're like, no, it doesn't. It's a great way to earn money. And I'm like, how? How is $500,000 an hour good? Bro, I can grind the bail office and earn that much money. It's not an efficient way to earn income, especially with the fact that you have to pay to source the crates. Sometimes you get terrible crate missions like the Lupe one, which involves you diving, which a lot of players just skip, losing them $18,000 every time they get that mission. That's not to mention, if you try to get the high demand bonus, the sale missions are not single vehicle and sometimes they require help. And when you add all of that with the fact that when you fill up the warehouses past 70%, which I think is like 70-ish crates, you also have the ability to get raided, which absolutely sucks. So when you add all these things together, I really don't understand why anybody would want to grind special cargo active. I understand it if you're trying to fill the warehouses during double money, because then it's actually somewhat profitable. But without double money, I just don't really get in any world why you would want to grind it. So you can let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I just don't really see any world why you would want to grind special cargo. I've shown you the math. I've shown you how easy it is to grind the hangar and all the advantages between it. Not only does it cost more money to get started with special cargo, not only does it make less hourly income, not only can you not store personal aircraft, not upgrade your Mark II weapons, but you also have the ability to get raided in a multiple vehicle sale missions, plus you have to pay for crates. There's literally not a single upside I can think of, apart from the fact that the passive income's better. So that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.